you seen tonight?
I was dealing with this. Throughout my whole. Well, I had people jealous of me throughout my whole career before a professional.
I had to always remind Tank, Floyd is Floyd, but you're Gervonta Davis.
That's right. Like, I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub? Like he was subbing you? Like
he was going at me. He was going at me.
Floyd Mayweather and Tank Davis are going back and forth, throwing harsh insults as their feud heats up. Once close, the two have now become rivals, and their latest exchange shows just how deep the tension runs between the boxing legend and his former protege.
You seen tonight?
I was dealing with this. Throughout my whole. Well, I had people jealous of me throughout my whole career before a professional. Jealousy comes with the territory. I sell an arena out every time, and I say to myself, y'all people not tired? Y'all done been here 50. We done sold the arena out 50 times, and y'all keep coming up short. We could do it 50 more times. Y'all gonna keep coming up short. What's meant to be in life is meant to be. And Cruz, and as far as with Cruz with Tank, he know he didn't win. No, he didn't win at all. And if Tank really would have lost the fight, I would have said he lost. And of course, we in California. This is Mexico. So, I mean, if you don't.
Tank Davis didn't hold back, voicing his frustration about how people misunderstand Floyd Mayweather's actions. He hinted that Floyd operates behind the scenes, subtly working against him while pretending to be supportive in public. According to Tank, Floyd's moves are calculated. What seemed like mentorship had deeper issues. He made it clear that their relationship had shifted, suggesting that Mayweather wasn't always looking out for his best interests. Tank wants people to see the truth about Floyd's intentions.
I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub? Like he was subbing you? Like
he was going at me. He was going at me. Yeah. And I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I would say love, hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of the
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing it on this.
That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Tank no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
The tension between Tank Davis and Floyd Mayweather had been building for years, but things took a serious turn due to personal issues, specifically involving Floyd's daughter, Yaya Mayweather. What started as a mentor-student bond turned into a full-blown feud that ultimately led to their fallout. Tank was once Floyd's protege under Mayweather Promotions, with Floyd guiding his career both in and out of the ring. However, cracks began to form as Tank grew frustrated with Floyd's control over his decisions. Rumors swirled that Floyd was too involved in his business, which Tank resented. Despite their growing tension, the breaking point reportedly came when Tank was linked to Yaya Mayweather. Yaya, who had previously been in a high-profile relationship with rapper NBA YoungBoy, was allegedly involved with Tank for a brief time, something that didn't sit well with Floyd. Known for being protective of his daughter, Floyd took issue with the situation, further fueling the animosity between him and Tank.
But we always see solid relationships end due to a female, man. They've started multiple wars. They're a reason why a lot of men are locked up right now. They're a reason why a lot of men are in that grave right now. I believe in this case, we don't know all the details, but I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that Tank smashed Floyd's daughter. Tank went ahead and smashed Floyd's daughter on this one and sullied the relationship. It was done after that. But there had to be a reason why he went ahead and went that route. And I think he went that route because there wasn't enough money coming in. And Tank probably thought that it was gonna be better than it was early on. So he said, you know what? Hey, she throwing it at me. Let me go ahead and do what I do. And from that instance, Floyd said, hey, you got the game up. I'm about to let you really know how it is. You about to go up against a real go-getter, a real headhunter. Tank knocked him
What makes this feud even more intense is the history between them. Floyd was the one who put Tank in the spotlight, promoting him as boxing's next big star. He gave him opportunities, guidance, and exposure, but over time, their relationship fell apart. After their fallout, Tank left Mayweather Promotions, openly criticizing Floyd's management style and choosing to take control of his own career. While both have moved on professionally, the tension hasn't faded. Floyd, known for his ego and business mindset, no longer sees Tank as his protege, while Tank continues to separate himself from Floyd's influence. Their once close bond is beyond repair, proving that in boxing, personal issues can ruin even the strongest professional relationships.
But we always see solid relationships end due to a female, man. They've started multiple wars. They're a reason why a lot of men are locked up right now. They're a reason why a lot of men are in that grave right now. I believe in this case, we don't know all the details, but I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that Tank smashed Floyd's daughter. Tank went ahead and smashed Floyd's daughter on this one and sullied the relationship. It was done after that. But there had to be a reason why he went ahead and went that route. And I think he went that route because there wasn't enough money coming in. And Tank probably thought that it was going to be better than it was early on. So we said, you know what? Hey, she throwing it at me. Let me go ahead and do what I do. And from that instance, Floyd said, hey, you got the game up. I'm about to let you really know how it is. You about to go up against a real go-getter, a real headhunter. Tank knocked him.
Now that Tank Davis is a boxing superstar, everyone who played a part in his rise wants credit. Adrian Broner, a former world champion and one of Tank's earliest supporters, recently reminded everyone that he was the one who first brought Tank to the gym. According to Broner, his connection is what led Floyd Mayweather to notice Tank's talent and eventually promote him. Broner says Floyd still thanks him for introducing Tank, often telling him he brought him a future star. He believes he played a key role in Tank's journey and wants that to be recognized. Despite their ups and downs, Broner insists Tank is still like a little brother to him. He's proud of Tank's success and made it clear that no matter what, he'll always have his back. Tank's rise to stardom has been incredible, and while many have helped him along the way, Broner wants to make sure his role isn't overlooked. Whether or not Tank publicly acknowledges it, Broner takes pride in seeing him succeed and will always see him as family.
Where he come from and to watch it. I was there.
You can relate to it?
I can relate. And to be honest, I'm the reason he got signed to the team.
That's a true story.
Explain that. Why? What? How did that happen?
Story.
I brought him to the gym with an AB shirt on.
Ooh, true story.
But I didn't have everything right yet. You know, everything wasn't moving yet. You know, I was a little slow on my feet. So I gave him the floor. And every time we bring it up, Floyd like, thank you, AB. You gave me a good one.
Does that feel like a win for About Billions Promotions as well?
Of course, because at the end of the day, I don't care who promotes Gervonta Davis. I'm still gonna support him. Same way. You know, he's a little brother to me.
Yeah, Tank been around us since he was like 17, 16. Adrian was already famous on TV and everything. We wrote him on the internet. Clint didn't even know it.
Adrian Broner recognizes Tank Davis as a special fighter with incredible talent. He praises Tank's power, speed, and ring IQ, believing he has what it takes to dominate the lightweight division and beat anyone in front of him. Broner acknowledges Tank's growth over the years and credits his dedication and hard work for his success. He's confident that no lightweight can match Tank's skill set, seeing him as a complete fighter who keeps proving himself at the highest level. In Broner's eyes, Tank's dominance is far from over.
Man, Tank got the skills to beat anybody, and he was blessed. He was blessed with the power to hurt anybody if he lands with a solid punch. But I don't think he should go mess with no 147 pounder no time soon. With the skills he got, he could beat anybody. But my opinion, I think he got enough on his plate at 135 pounds with the Shakurs, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney's,
Frank
Martin, who's going to be a big name, a good name. And Isha just focus on that.
Teofimo,
who's still one of the best lightweights out there. Even with people, talking shit about him at, I tell fighters, every fight isn't going to be a hands down amazing performance. But as long as you get by, as long as you get the victory and get to the next one, that's all that matters, man. Teofimo is a great talent. He's a good dude, and it's a lot of talent at 135 pounds. And I think Tank should just clean all of that up. Worried about cleaning all of that up one at a time, and then jump to 140 pounds.
Him and Regis right now for the belt.
Yeah, for sure. I think he'd beat Regis though.
Why?
His talent. His talent.
Floyd Mayweather's relationship with Tank Davis always seemed more about business than mentorship. While Floyd played a major role in Tank's rise under Mayweather Promotions, many believe his support was never about genuine care, it was about making money. Now that Tank has left the promotion, Floyd's attitude toward him appears to have shifted, suggesting financial gain was his real priority. Throughout Tank's time with Mayweather Promotions, there were constant signs of tension. Tank often voiced frustration with how he was being managed, and while Floyd publicly praised him, he never seemed fully invested in building a personal bond. Once Tank decided to go independent, Floyd's support noticeably faded. This raises the question, was Floyd ever truly happy for Tank's success, or was he only happy when he could profit from it? If Floyd cared beyond business, he would have continued supporting Tank even after he left. Instead, he's been distant, reinforcing the idea that their connection was more about control and financial benefit. By leaving Mayweather Promotions, Tank proved he could take full charge of his career without Floyd. That might explain why Floyd is no longer as supportive, because he no longer profits from Tank's victories. In the end, Floyd's actions suggest that his relationship with Tank was built on business, not mentorship, and now that the money isn't coming in, his interest has faded.
Floyd knows I could beat Tank. He's just setting up his boy. I think Tank was happy you think Floyd was happy that Tank left?
Can that fight happen for the right now?
Floyd was there at Ryan Garcia and Tank fight for Tank? Floyd loves him. Floyd is going to promote himself. That's why Floyd came out with them damn chains and his $20 million watch. Y'all got to really think about what Floyd, how he be thinking.
Calvin Ford, Tank Davis's longtime mentor and trainer, has always stressed the importance of having the right people around to navigate the challenges of boxing and life. He often reminded Tank that while Floyd Mayweather is a legend, Tank is his own man. Ford said he would tell Tank that Floyd is Floyd, but he is Tank Davis. That distinction was key in shaping Tank's mindset. Ford explained that even Floyd understood the need for Tank to build his own identity, separate from his former promoter's influence. He also mentioned how Tank was sometimes surprised by the way Ford spoke to Floyd, reinforcing that he had to step into his own role instead of just being seen as Mayweather's protege.
Always remind Tank, Floyd is Floyd, but you're Gervonta Davis.
That's right.
Distinguish the two.
Yes.
And me and Floyd used to go to, I said, he's not you, Floyd, he's Tank.
That's right.
And Tank used to look at me like, yeah, he talking to Floyd like that?
That's right.
Floyd understood that it was certain things that I had to give to him, well as what he was giving to him.
That's right.
To make that balance, to make the car drive smooth.
That's right.
And it worked, you know what I'm saying? And I told Floyd, like, he's growing into being his own man. Respect the talent.
Respect the talent.
Respect the talent. And we see where he's growing to, That's why when people talk, I say, I can't take shit away from Floyd.
That's right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because his body of work of being there and nurturing us through them waters and whatnot.
That's right.
Because he's been there where we have.
That's right.
But when it came to raising him in this ring,
Calvin Ford explained that both he and Floyd Mayweather played key roles in Tank Davis's development, each providing different lessons. He described it as a balancing act. Floyd shared certain insights, while Ford guided Tank from another perspective. Together, they helped shape him into a fighter who could stand on his own. Despite their differences, Ford made it clear that he would never discredit Floyd's contributions. He acknowledged Mayweather's impact, saying he couldn't take anything away from Floyd's achievements and the way he helped them navigate the boxing world. However, when it came to guiding Tank on his own path, Ford knew what needed to be done. In the end, Ford understood that Tank had to become his own man. While Floyd had been a major influence, it was Tank's dedication and growth that got him to where he is today.
So signing with Floyd, you know, we fast forward a little bit. Sign with Floyd. Floyd puts Tank in the position to fight Pedraza. A lot of people were saying that was like, you know, that was a setup fight, so forth and so on. Tank goes in there. What's your thoughts going into that fight? Like, oh, listen, this Pedraza, undefeated champion.
Well, I understood the whole thing. Floyd understood the thing. When you'll see it in our documentary.
Yeah.
But when Floyd was been trying to, because he was trying to fight a lot of guys that was champions. You know what I'm saying? And the guys that he was putting in front of us, you know, they lost their belts. And then when the situation came about when Tank had to fight for, we had no choice but to fight Pedraza. And that was a hard fight. He was undefeated. He was an Olympian, you know, and he was on the road, you know. And when Tank went in there and put on that performance that night, it was unreal. It was unreal. And that's the fight that I always put in my thoughts, because I watched him.
Floyd Mayweather has always positioned himself at the center of the boxing world. Even in retirement, he constantly seeks the spotlight, making sure his name stays relevant. Many believe that instead of fully embracing the new generation, he struggles to let go of his status as the face of boxing. Now, with Tank Davis reaching superstardom, it seems Floyd is finding it difficult to accept that the focus is no longer on him.
The face of boxing. And I get it, you a hell of a fighter, bro. You undefeated. But let these young niggas shine, bro. And your daughter still chose wrong. You get what I'm saying? So that shit crazy. You know, people with power, with money, think that they money saved them from the world, but like, nah, bro, you do fucked up shiesty shit, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck how much money you got, bro. I never look at you the same. I never look at you the same, dog.
Tank has established himself as one of the most exciting fighters in boxing, with knockout power and a growing fan base that sees him as the future of the sport. However, instead of fully supporting Tank's rise, Floyd Mayweather often makes comments or moves that redirect attention back to himself. He frequently reminds people of his own accomplishments, as if to make sure his dominance is never forgotten. Many boxing analysts believe Floyd needs to accept that his time has passed and that Tank is now the star the sport needs. Rather than trying to share the spotlight or subtly compete with Tank, they argue that Floyd should embrace the role of a mentor and allow the younger generation to shine. However, his actions suggest he struggles with watching someone else take the position he once held. Jealousy may be a factor, as Floyd sees Tank getting the kind of attention he used to command. While Floyd will always be a boxing legend, the sport is moving forward, and Tank is now at the forefront. The best thing Floyd could do is accept that his era is over and support Tank without making it about himself. Whether he's willing to do that remains to be seen.
Millions and still want to be hood. Like, what? Nigga, that's ass backwards, bro. Like, no, dog. But, Gervonta Davis, man, you know, a lot of people may say, he's arrogant or whatever the case may be, bro. I don't see it. You know, I just see him playing for the internet. You know, they say something, he say something back. You get what I'm saying? But listen to this, what Gervonta Davis had to say. And it was a good interview. At first, I ain't like it because, like, the interviewer, you know, he from Gervonta Davis hood too. But it's like he also wanted them to be, wanted the people to know that he's from the hood. He came from the street. Like, nah, bro. Like, no, bro.
From the beginning, Floyd Mayweather never wanted Tank Davis to surpass his legacy. While he appeared to be guiding Tank's career, it now seems he was also trying to control it in a way that would prevent him from becoming bigger than Floyd himself. Recently, Tank revealed that Floyd forced him to take the fight against Jose Pedraza, not because it was the best move for his career, but because Floyd wanted him to lose. At the time, Pedraza was an undefeated world champion and a dangerous challenge for someone as young and inexperienced as Tank. Many now believe Floyd saw this as the perfect chance to slow Tank's momentum before he could become a superstar. But instead of failing, Tank dominated Pedraza and won the IBF Super Featherweight title. What was supposed to be a setback became a defining moment, proving that Tank was a special talent. This unexpected victory may have frustrated Floyd, as it showed that Tank was capable of greatness beyond what Floyd had planned for him. Looking back, it seems clear that Floyd always wanted to control Tank's career on his own terms. He likely never expected Tank to rise so quickly and eventually outgrow Mayweather Promotions. Now, as one of boxing's biggest stars, Tank has broken free. While Floyd may have once tried to hold him back, Tank proved that he didn't need anyone dictating his success. He was destined to shine no matter what.
After seeing what I seen when Gervonta Davis was talking about the beef between him and Floyd Mayweather and how he wanted him to lose against Jose Pedraza, when I watched the end, when they was announcing Tank as the winner, you could see Floyd Mayweather in the back just looking salty, wiping his nose. He not even really clapping. He looking like, damn, this nigga beat the odds. But y'all, this shit is crazy. Look at this photo. Look how Floyd is looking at Gervonta like, damn, I wanted you to lose for real. The whole fight hit different. Y'all need to go watch it over. This shit crazy, boo. So if people don't know, allegedly the beef stemmed from Floyd Mayweather's daughter Snapchatting Gervonta on Snapchat. I'm guessing people when Floyd Cam got wind of that and they told Floyd like, hey, I think Gervonta knocking your daughter boots. Floyd said, Gervonta knocking my daughter boots? Nah. Then they showed on the proof. They like, look, the proof is in the pudding, and he's all up in it.
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for more next time.